the immediate priority was to ensure disengagement. This has been fully achieved.
They will move forward if there is opportunity given to them. And we must not give them an opportunity.
Today we are on a rise, tomorrow maybe we are stalled. We have to prepare for the day when we are stalled or our downward spiral starts.
Rather use this time, prepare well so that similar situations don't arise.
We have created infrastructure in 4 years, could not have created in 4 years if President Xi had not tapped us in 2020.
The Border Roads Organization alone has incurred 3 times the expenditure level of what it was a decade ago.
Honorable Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh Ji has always said that policies and budgetary support will be tailor-made to support whatever the border roads needs to get done.
Here at Salsala Pass, which is the highest point of strategically important Chuma Road, and it is around 16,500 feet above sea level. You can see a Chinese observation post. So it is that close to LAC. The road runs exactly parallel to LAC.
India kicked off building border infrastructure at an unprecedented speed all along LAC at altitudes as high as the Everest base camp in freezing temperatures, dramatically reducing distance and time to one's far forward frontiers.
Work is progressing on some strategically important roads and airfields in Ladakh. The adoption of new technologies in high altitude, remote, inaccessible and permafrost areas has also been significant. All of this, sir, reflects the government's firm commitment to protecting our borders and ensuring that the armed forces get the facilities and the logistical support that they deserve.
Budget that the BRO got in about 12 to 15 years ago, it was about 4,000 crores. Today, it is 16,000 crores, and the next year it is going to be 18,700 crores. So this is the amount of budgetary support that you are getting, and that means that the government is looking for more roads which are being built.
There's no aircraft that cannot land on this airfield.
This will be the highest airfield in India and 5th in the world.
This particular runway will cater for most of the military aircraft, fighters and transport landing.
The LAC is where India and China fought each other in Galwan in eastern Ladakh on May 5th, 2020. This was after the PLA troops tried to intrude into Indian territory. Galwan has been the deadliest skirmish between India and China in 45 years. India has been building infrastructure along the LAC on war footing, and this Nyoma Airfield is the nation's most ambitious project in these icy heights. Of pride to be at India's highest airfield and probably one of the highest airfields in the world. It is called Nyoma Airfield, named after a village in Nyoma. Mud is the name of the village, and we are accompanied by Colonel Ponung Doming, who is the project director of this entire project.
commanding the highest BRTF in the world at 15,300 feet. And I am managing the construction of highest airfield in India at 13,700 feet, which is closest to the LAC. Jai Hind.
This is also the airfield which is constructed in the least time. You completed it in just 1 year.
Actual construction started on 12th September 2023, and we completed this runway at least 100% on 12th October 2024. That is within 13 months from the start of this project. You all should deduct that of non-working season at Ladakh of 6 months. So basically, if you see, we have constructed this ALG runway in effectively 7 months.
Mainland for more than 6 months of the season.
Yes, I would say that Nyoma, the timelines have been met. The quality control is of the highest standards, and a great job has been done by the team of Himank and the task force which is over there. And they've been working at it in mission mode, and they have wintered and continue the work going. So we feel really proud about that. See, we hope that this will be in the time of October. We look at September, October as when we plan, and it will be within the probable date of completion. So that's a good thing.
LAC, you are aware, is just 35 kilometer aerial distance from this place.
It gives you an advantage of a forward airfield. China had developed a number of forward tier airfields, and in April 2020, when we saw the kind of their Air Force deployment, PLA Air Force deployment along the forward tier and even in the second tier, that was massive.
We have deployment, heavy deployment in eastern Ladakh. It will be a game changer from our military point of view, from strategic point of view, and also from the socio-economic point of view.
The airfield now is at Leh, which is around 210 kilometers from this place.
Right.
So just imagine if you are driving a logistic truck or logistic convoy from Leh to this place and getting a logistic via Hapter to this place. Now you tell me how it will change how fast it will be to move the logistic items here, your ammunition, your manpower, your clothing, your food, your medical, everything, it will be faster. By road, it takes around 6 hours.
Because of this airfield, the aircraft can directly come from Delhi or Chandigarh, and within half an hour or 1 hour, it will be here.
Yes.
How do you contest, or how do you deter? This is the way you have to do it. If you are right on the show window, again, you can face problems. So there is a fine decision point. How far forward do you want it to be, and why?
I must ask you, what all aircrafts are going to land here?
All kind of aircraft we are planning to land this at this place. And you say big, it is C-17 and C-130.
Wow.
We will be able to land this here. And the fighter aircraft, yes, we will.
Eastern Ladakh is crucial for India. The two areas of contention with the Chinese, Demchok and Depsang, fall in this region. The strategic importance of Nyoma Airfield can be realized from the fact that it falls in the critical and sensitive Demchok sector. today when I'm talking to Colonel Ponung Doming, the minimum temperature was minus 10 degrees here, and in December how it's minus 20 or minus 25.
This place minus 30, it experienced minus 30 in the peak winter season.
From Demchok, we have reached Fukcho through a road being built along the LAC. And you can see this is the road that is being built. We met Major Amol Hazare midway at Dumti. We will be heading towards Demchok. And that was a now complete, beautiful blacktop road in the middle of this rough and beautiful terrain. So I'm with Major Amol Hazare, who is commanding 112 RCC, which is handling construction of CDFD Road. So this CDFD Road is strategically very, very important as it is closest to LAC.
The construction of this road started in 2023, May 2023. As you are aware, ma'am, this is a very strategically important road and we needed this road very urgently. Climate is not in support of road construction. The temperature dips till minus 35. Working season what we get is around 6 to 8 months, ma'am. The average altitude of this road is somewhere around, ma'am, from 14,000 to 15,000.
Did you face any difficulty while constructing this road? Maybe Chinese didn't want to, maybe they obstructed or objected to construction of this road and you had to stop work in between sometimes.
That was the main task given. We have to complete this CDFD.
So you did face difficulty, and even after all those difficulties, you could make it on time.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And for most of the road, you can see Chinese mountains on the other side.
Yes, ma'am. As you can see on to your left-hand side, we are just running parallel to the LAC.
To give you an idea of how close it is to LAC, right behind me on that mountain, on that slope, you can see Indian Army's observation post here, and on the other side of the mountain, those black mountains, and on the smaller hillocks over there, you can see a Chinese observation post. So it is that close to LAC. The road runs exactly parallel to LAC.
Is the closest village, ma'am, on this road to LAC, where the Chinese post is also bang on, just
it's
very
eyeball to eyeball.
Eyeball to eyeball contact. Yes.
Behind me is the Demchok village, which is first village of India, just 400 to 500 meters away from the line of actual control. It is on the line of actual control, and on the other side you can see a village which is called Demchok village, and you can see Chinese flags flying over the village. And we have reached up to this place, and we are just 400 to 500 meters away from China right now, on the Indian land, in the first village of India.
We used to build 670 kilometers of road at that time, and today we are last year we built 1,125 kilometers of roads in a single year, and all of these are in high altitude, in very difficult terrain, where the working season is merely 6 months in the year. And now this year we hope to even touch 1,500 kilometers.
Now we were heading towards the other end of the CDFD roads, that is towards Chuma.
This road connects the Chushul sector to the Demchok sector, and you are well aware that these sectors are strategically important sectors. Earlier, they used to take around 8 to 9 hours to reach from Chushul to Demchok. I think it should take 2 hours to 2 hours 30 minutes, depending upon the speed of vehicle.
We came across the Rizangla War Memorial built after the 1962 war. This cylinder filled with blood-stained soil of 1962 martyrs and a hirdham, where 114 martyrs of 1962 war at Rizangla were cremated at the same place, gave us goosebumps. Right behind the memorial, you can see a mountain, snow-clad mountain, which is Chushul Top. In 1962, this is the top where Chinese wanted to reach. They wanted to capture this top so that they are in a dominating position in the region. Spangur Gap. So this is the gap where Chinese had earlier planned to attack from in 1962. But Indian Army came to know about their plan, and there was heavy deployment from Indian Army over there, so that they did not attack from this place. That black mountain is known as Mukpari Top, and as you come down that mountain, the 1962 War of Rizangla happened under the leadership of Paramveer Chakra, Major Shaitan Singh. Around 1400 Chinese soldiers were killed. 3,000 of these soldiers had come in wave formations one by one. Indian Army soldiers were fighting them out, and for 16 hours they fought Chinese soldiers, and they did not let them cross this place. And later Chinese Army, Chinese PLA, dropped the idea of capturing Chushul Top. This place is also important because opposite the memorial is the Kailash Range. In August 2020, it was Indian Army's Operation Snow Leopard in Kailash Range that brought Chinese back to the negotiating table. These mountains are buffer zone now, so there is no deployment, neither of Chinese soldiers nor of Indian soldiers. But when the Galwan clashes happened in 2020, from this side Indian Army had deployed, from the other side Chinese Army had deployed, and there was a very little gap distance between Indian Army soldiers and Chinese Army soldiers. And later in 2021, so these forces, these soldiers were withdrawn from these positions.
In end August 2020, we nearly came to opening of fire in terms of tank ammunition. Everybody was ready. I think it was a great signaling to the Chinese that we are not going to take this lying down, and we need to resolve these issues. And that is where I think they came to the talking table to start the resolution of the whole process.
Behind me is the Chinese and Indian border meeting post. So this is the place where Indian and Chinese military officials meet and discuss border issues, reach agreements, disagreements, and you can see Chinese road also on that mountain. Driving further, we reached the beautiful Pangongso Lake, one of the areas where the Chinese PLA had attempted to ingress in 2020. Now we can see India's patrolling boats stationed here. The next road we visited was 90 kilometers long Chuma Road.
We are at Salsala Pass, which is the highest point of strategically important Chuma Road, and it is around 16,500 feet above sea level. Chuma is the border village, very close to LAC. It used to take 6 hours to reach from Hande to Chuma, but with this road, time has reduced to just 1 hour 45 minutes.
The very fact that you're able to build in these high altitude and difficult mountains is itself a marvel. And so like I said, our roads that we construct, we've had, construction in the Umlingla Pass, which was the highest motorable road. We are going to, we will have higher roads which will be come up, and which will get each of the infrastructure projects that we're doing. They are large, they are in difficult areas, and there's a surge in whatever we've been doing.
So I'm with Colonel Ponung Doming, Anamika Anand and Obin Taki, and we are heading towards a few projects that the highest women task force in the world is handling. And right now we are on our way to the highest motorable road, that is Umlingla. Let's go. Right now we are above 16,000.
Yeah, we are above 16,000. We are driving towards 19,024 feet. यहाँ पे health issues तो है, but you have to take care of yourself. This road starts from Jorsar to Tishumle, Umlingla and Damchuk. So Umlingla is the highest peak on this road.
In August 2023, News9 was the only news network to witness the foundation stone laying ceremony of the Licaru Fukcho Road. We could see the road shaping up. The over 60 kilometers long road has lateral connectivity with the strategically sensitive CDFD Road. Once complete, it will be the world's highest motorable road at 19,400 feet.
South of the Pangangso Lake, which really divides eastern Ladakh into two. So you have the south of the Pangangso Lake and the north of the Pangangso Lake. So the south of the Pangangso Lake is the CDFD Road, and north of the Pangangso Lake is the Daulat Bey Goldi Road, which DSDBO, which goes northward. So now essentially what we've got is this lateral, which is running right from the north, Daulat Bey Goldi, which goes right to the south, which is, let's say, Dumti or Fukche, those areas to the south. And we've got this lateral, and then from that lateral you have further axials which are emanating, going further to the border. So this is a broad strategy that you have a braided network of our lateral from which there are axials and further laterals which are coming, so that you have multiple options when it comes to what you need to do, and plus your overall development of the entire area is taken care of.
Past few years, we have completed very, very important strategic roads like Karu Tangse, Tangse Lukung, Lukung Phobrang, Phobrang Marshimikla Hot Spring, Durbuk Shok, Daulat Bey Goldi, and currently also very, very important strategic roads. The construction is under progress, all above 15,000 feet, and in the forward areas along line of actual control.
The amount of infrastructure and the amount of focus that we are giving to the borders has naturally created ripples and anxiety in our neighbor across. So it is not that we are reacting to what our northern adversary is doing. It is the fact that we are taking proactive measures to secure ourselves from any aggression which he may try.
There are two nations which have attacked us. So if you have belligerent states on your border and at the drop of the hat, they would like to exploit if you have any weakness. So it is very significant. We have got to be prepared around the year, 24/7.
यहाँ तो ले से कम 200 किलोमीटर है, तो फिर यहाँ LG यहाँ टर्न होने से तो बहुत हम लोग को फैसिलिटी मिलेगा।
ते तो ज़्यादा अच्छा के लिए, खुशी के लिए ना मैं, क्योंकि थोड़ा वो बहुत क्योंकि नज़दीक सबसे नज़दीक मुद गाँव ना मैं LG से, इसलिए सबको चांस मिल जाएगा कि रिक्रूटमेंट और सब कुछ का चांस मिल जाएगा, फिर गांव में डेवलपमेंट हो जाएगा।